Hello, hello. Hey, Liz B. Hey, Joshua. Tonight is an open panel if anybody wants to come up. And what I'm talking about tonight is if everybody can see right there the picture that I have on there. What happened was last week, Ayania Banzai, 69. She has a talk show. Remember, Ayania had Fix My Life. She had DMX and different people on there. So she asked a lawyer, a television host, and the first black housewife on Real Housewives of New York, Ebony K. Williams, if she would date a bus driver. Call me back. Um, if she would date a bus driver. And her response to that was he would have to own the bus. So Ayania said, now that's the problem. The standards and criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. Well, first of all, I know that there are probably more black women that are making more money than black men. I mean, it's just the way it is. They don't want the black man to have a big bank account and all of these different types of things. So, you know, they don't even want the black man in the house. So, the black woman makes the money. What I hold on, y'all. Please forgive me. And so what I was doing was I was looking for people to see if anybody wanted to come into the chat and talk about this. Would you date a bus driver? Um, I would date any man that is working and bringing something to the table. But again, if the woman is making more money, um, I'm getting ready to post a link if anybody's not up there. So, yeah, see, that's what I say, Liz. There is nothing wrong with dating a bus driver. He might not make the most money, but he's still working. Hi, Wanda, how you doing? And so, to me, like, y'all done went a little crazy. Um, if a man is working, but to think that I'm not gonna date a man because he's a bus driver. Let me tell you, some bus drivers make darn good money. They got good benefits. They got a union, pension, health insurance, everything. So, yeah. So people can sit around and talk all that stuff if they want to. I'm doing fine, Wanda. I dropped a link if anybody wants to come on the panel. Yeah. hmm Hey, the realist, how you doing? Yeah, I wanted to talk about this subject. You know, would you date a bus driver? Heck yeah, I would date a bus driver. I would date any man that has a job. Hey, Steve Gilmore, how you doing? hmm Yeah. And so that's what people been talking about. Hey, Juba, how you doing? Let me tell you something. If a man loved me, okay, and you love me and got my interest and you going to work every day, baby, I don't care if you flipping hamburgers. Now I said it, I don't care if you flipping hamburgers. Hey, the word, let me drop the link because this has been a big topic. I don't care if a man drives a bus. I don't care if he flipping hamburgers at Wendy's or McDonald's. I don't care if he changing oil. If he's working, he's working. Let me drop this link again. And now, so for people to think that some people that are, some of these black women that are making the six figures and they are running around, with who they think is, the upper echelon people, they only hang out at certain places. Some people feel as though a woman wouldn't even meet a bus driver. So I just dropped a link. I need people to come up here. I go on people's panels. So I need people to come support me tonight. I need to know how people feel about this. I need to know, and this has been a big argument that's been going on. I mean, you really finding out how some people feel. A blue collar worker um is just as good as the person that goes in the office to me. So I don't understand where people, we want to stereotype people. We want to tell them where they can go and uh, somebody's out of their league. Like, get real. Get real. Now, what I would have a problem with, I would have a problem with, okay, like I said, if I'm a woman and I'm the breadwinner and I'm making stuff happen, don't diss me. Don't talk about me and I'm making stuff happen for you. Cause the realest, you want to come on up here? Yeah, the dynamic between black men and women is jacked up. It really is. And most of the time, the woman, the woman will indeed be making more money than the man. Now that's no problem. But then don't diss me and I'm making things happen for you. Respect me. If I'm not throwing up in your face that I'm the breadwinner and everything, baby, it's cool. But don't diss me. Don't diss me. Okay. Yeah, and Juba, you are so correct. There is nothing wrong with dating a bus driver. What about it if it's his work? Well, this lady came out and she said that she's not going to date no bus driver. Like he's got to own the bus. He's got to own the bus. Help please. And trust me, I'm not telling no woman, I'm not telling nobody that they should lower their standards. Hold on, y'all. Hey, my guy, what's up?
Hey, Miss April, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you great. Hey,
Okay, I
y'all,
probably
what's going on? What song am I gonna sing? Wait a minute. Tonight is the night that you make me a woman. Y'all said y'all like my singing. I've been singing them old school songs for y'all. So,
you,
what's your take? What's your take? The word, this woman, she's she done called out the brother, and I actually feel sorry for a woman like her. Um, like you wouldn't date a bus driver unless he owned the bus, but that bus drivers make darn good money. So I mean, I don't even know why anybody think like they don't make money. They make darn good money. But you don't know what the bus driver might be doing on the side
right,
or
right.
whatever. But you done already eliminated. Like I'm not even gonna date him because he drives a bus. So I'm
I'm
gonna
a,
mute
I'm
my mic and you give your thoughts. The word.
all right. Honestly, I think it's getting too much attention. Um, because I mean, if she don't want a bus driver, that's cool, but I don't think people should be sensitive over that because everyone has preferences, and if that's her preference, oh well. You know, if she want to eliminate bus drivers, that's her prerogative. But us giving that attention, I don't think. I think that in itself starts the argument because you know, um, we all got preferences. Me personally, after my first marriage, and this might even be controversial, probably more controversial than what she said, but I was determined not to date women if they didn't have a deep culture and family background, because that was what's important to me, and that's probably more um, non-superficial compared to hers, but it's a preference. That's what's important to me. I mean, maybe she had bad experience in the past with a bus driver. I don't know, but I just don't think her opinion should be this profound. I don't see why we care. That's just one person. I don't even know who the lady is, and I never look for her. I don't really care. If that's how she feels, that's how she feels.
Yeah,
Us
this
going
been
with it.
going on for like a week, and that's the only reason I decided to weigh in on it. Uh, it's
No,
it's really let me know like how some people frame of minds are. First of all, we know that black women make more money than the black man. So you already know this. You
right.
you already know they don't want the black man to be the head of the household. Okay. So you know all these things, so you still gonna diss a brother because he drives a bus? Heifer, please.
See, that's what I'm not. Like I said, I haven't even looked at the story, so that might be where my ignorance comes in at. Was she talking to a specific person when she said this, or
Yeah,
was it just like a comment?
do you remember the show Fix My Life when
Yeah,
DMX was on there? He was with this lady, Ariana Van Zant. She had a show Fix My Life, and she would get with all of these people and try to help them fix their lives. Well, now she have another show. This Ebony K. Williams, she is on the Real Housewives of New York. She's the first black woman. She's a lawyer. She's up there. She's in the upper class of black women. So that was a diss to me. It was a diss to the black man.
honestly, I don't know if that. I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't have took that as a diss. I mean, because like I said, that's her preference. But like my sister, she a PhD. She a doctor now. Her husband is a
Uh,
mechanic. You know what I'm saying? She make way more money than him. They relationship is is perfect. Even with me and my wife, she made more money than me. The first couple of years we was married. Uh, first couple of years we was together. Once we got married, I was making more money than her, but that never affected me that she was making more money. It's all about the mindset and the individual, in my opinion. Some
but
people,
see, I think the way she presented it, it was a diss to blue collar workers.
and then
Like,
even that though, Miss April, like we gotta, like me, I don't know, maybe I just got calluses. When people say ignorant stuff, it look to me that tells more about their character. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I don't really get offended. I mean, for someone to conjure up an ignorant statement and present it to people, that tells more about their character. So why would I be insulted? My grandmother used to tell me, "Don't ever be insulted by a fool." You know. So I mean, that just tells more about their character. We have to,
Well,
as
I know,
people,
and this is what we're discussing. Hey, Nafetti, and this is what I'm saying. We don't need people on talk shows saying this type of stuff. We don't need you saying that. We really don't. Because the garbage man driving for the city makes good money here in the city of Joliet. Oh, close to 70 G. Hey, loving me, Tracy Anderson. Yeah, I just personally hate when we try to put down people because, like, he's a bus driver. The man is going to work, but she's gonna overlook him because he doesn't own the bus. So, like, I'll never have a conversation with a regular man with no bus driver unless they own the bus. I wouldn't even talk to somebody that is a trash man because they don't have their own city dump or a dumpster, they own whatever those things they drive. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But she has the mindset where she wants them to be owning everything. Um, I mean, how do you feel about that? Having that mindset.
Me personally, those people they miss out. You know, it is what it is. I don't honestly want like I give you an example. So my family doctor, right? Uh, she lonely, you know, because she wants to be with a doctor, and she can't find a doctor to want to be with her. And she constantly like her and my wife are friends. They like family friends. So she always asking my wife for advice and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, her standards, those are her standards, and she ain't willing to come off of them. And she in her 60s and still lonely. So I mean, people like
Man,
that,
have mercy.
you know, they tend to miss out. But ultimately, even with this situation, I think this is just the opportunity for us to focus on. Uh, or understand like when people like that, when people have ideology that people are beneath them because of a occupation or a status in life, we need to not let those people affect us. I
Mhm.
mean, because
But they
this,
do. They
but
do.
that, and they gonna continue to do that until we had a conversation on why
Right.
is
Well,
it.
this is what I'm saying. So it's good that this came out because now you sort of see where people stand at. Hey, Zero, you see where people stand and what they really about too. See, seeing a person talk like this make me think, okay, first of all, if somebody ain't up on your level, then you don't want to fool with them. Okay. And if you think like that about a man, how do you think like that about your family? How do you
I,
think about that? Huh?
I was about to say this. I think I'm callous to this whole subject because, like, working in a hospital, this is normal to me. You know, I mean, you know how many times I got turned down from a nurse because I was an anesthesia tech. You know, even after I got married, it was a nurse who I was trying to talk to. Now she like hitting on me, calling me. I'm like, hold on, I'm married now. Like, it's too late. You know, so I mean, I experienced it, and like you said, even with your family, I know some people once they got their degrees and start working their jobs as nurses, nurses, and doctors, they don't even talk to their family. They feel like their family beneath. So I
Yeah,
mean, this
so
to me is
right.
normal.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know, this is normal behavior. You know, it's people like I said, a status, even celebrities. You know, some celebrities look down on us, but we the ones who make them celebrities. You know, we make them rich, but they look down on
Right.
us. You know, so even a politician, how many people can go knock on a politician door and ask a question, or even see them in public? And you can't. There's people like this in society. You know, even it's but it's us too, because like even with what I do, I don't brag about my accolades or anything like that because even sometimes when I talk to people, people feel intimidated, like they can't have a conversation with me, and I'm like, why? Oh, you smart? Like, nah, bro, it ain't even like that, you know. So even just having conversations with people sometimes, we do that. We idolize people because of their status and stuff like that. People are people, you know.
Right. But
Just
check
like
this out now. Check this out. So, say for instance, me and a friend, we grew up together. I got everything I wanted. Okay. Had everything I wanted. Daddy's girl, canopy bedroom set, anything, cars, everything. Now, because you've advanced further in life and you shop at certain stores, that's fine. But don't look down on me because I don't shop in them stores. But then again, I could on the sale days if I want to. But this is why this conversation is being had because you got siblings that come from the same house. One does good, one don't really have that them dreams and desires. Some women they want to be regular people. They don't want to do all of that stuff that people do. Hold on.
you still there, Miss April? Yeah, I think I mean, we always have to have awareness and understand what's out there, but I just feel like we giving this too much. Like, who is that lady in the first place? That's how I look at it. Like, I don't really care for her opinion. Like, her opinion don't matter to me. It's the good people. Just your occupation don't define your character. It's good people, like Miss April said, who are uh, sanitation workers, and you ask their wife, and their wife will tell you the best man on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, a person's occupation doesn't define their character. And some people, everybody's, have their own reasons for getting in relationships too. Some people get in relationships for love. Some people get in relationships for stability. Some people get in relationships for convenience. Everybody got their own reason for, why they choose their spouse. And, mine is different from everyone else's. And like I said, I had certain standards that probably
Hey,
would be
Brian.
controversial. You back, Miss April?
Yeah, I'm back. Keep talking.
Yeah, so everybody got standards, but people like that, we can't. Um, I mean, it's like you said, bringing awareness to understand because some people probably never been exposed to someone like her. You know, I have, so I understand them. I didn't understand it, and it don't, it don't feel good. Because I know I'm a good person, and me and the lady, the nurse, we was real cool. And I shot my shot and she turned me down because of my job occupation. But later on, when she said how well I treated my wife, she wanted that, because she got with another nurse and he dogged her out. As soon as they got married, 2 weeks later, she found out she was cheating on him, that he was cheating on her with another lady at the job. It's people pick their spouses, I guess, for their own particular reason. So I don't knock why people do it. I just say choose wisely, you know. And a lot of times people, you will miss out looking at people because of occupation or status. That person, like I always tell people, we got an idea of what we want and how it should look. But when the creator sends it your way, he send it to you the way it's supposed to be. And just because it don't look like you think it should look, that's why many people miss their blessing. Looking for,
Yeah,
you know,
um, it just kills me that we're putting people like, cause he's a bus driver, like they ain't nothing unless they own the bus. I look at a person's heart, um, and the words you said when you worked at the hospital. Now you was what did you say you was, an anesthesiology tech? Lord, you
yeah,
was the person that was putting the people to sleep, huh?
no, I was just the assistant. I was like a CNA to the anesthesiologist. So
Well,
it's
it
not
don't
a
matter. You was in the rooms. You knew you helped them set up everything. You
yeah, I played
just
with
didn't
drugs all
inject
day.
it, right?
Sometimes I had to, depending on
Okay.
what was going on with
So,
surgery. Like I
well,
was a little I had a little bit more extensive schooling for it than the average person, but like once I started there, then everybody needed a degree. So they kind of changed it up. So yeah, once I got the job, I started taking classes to do more.
right. So, to me, I felt like this was still a diss to men that's out here trying to do the best they can to make it. A blue collar worker, shoot, let me tell you, I done had them all from blue collar to white collar to everything. And the only thing that matters is the heart. Hey, walking purpose, Monica.
And the only reason I don't take that as a diss because, like I said, who is she? Like,
Right.
who are
Well,
you?
she's a lawyer.
And see, that
She's
don't
a
even matter.
lawyer.
And see that,
Um,
like I said, it don't matter to me. I don't care about a person's occupation because I know, guess what? The lawyers and doctors, I know a lot of them, and they more fucked up than I am. Excuse my friend, but they more messed up
no,
than
keep
I am.
talking.
They
Yeah.
they more messed up. They got way more problems than me. They cheat on their wife. I know one. He beat on his wife. I know my cousin had a lawyer, and he paid him in crack cocaine.
Oh my God.
So who are you? Like you're a crackhead, bro. So like these
Right.
people got problems too. They put their pants on just like we do. They sit on the toilet, and when they get up, they stink just like we do. So, like, who is she in the first place for anybody to even care what she thinks? She the one with her life trying to get together, trying to find somebody. So who is she? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. And then the lady had this, she had the interview, right, with Azana. Then she went on the Breakfast Club. She still didn't make it better. She tried to diss the average black man out here as mediocre. I'm like, girl, she's referring to blue collar men as mediocre. Yeah.
and so like this could be a teachable moment to us because people like that, why she's doing that. She's doing that to elevate herself. People like that have to
Yeah.
put other people down to make themselves feel better. So when you encounter
Mm-hmm.
these people, don't even pay them attention. They're not worth your time and attention. That's what they're trying to get. That's what they're
Now,
trying to get.
okay. So she has that right. This lady has that right. She has that right to say, I want this type of man, but don't diss the blue collar worker. That's what I have a problem with.
Okay, now I understand because like I said, I haven't seen the story. I wasn't interested in it because, like I said, I've been around people like that my whole life. But now I understand too now why everyone's upset about it because like you said, she was trying to diss, the average man. Come on, Bubba. Uh,
Yeah.
sorry, my baby girl. She teething right now, so she gnawing on everything. But and like I said, that just shows more about her character. You know, because you ain't in the position you want, you have to try to belittle someone else to feel better about your current situation. That's what it was done. So once that's identified, we understand like this person is just miserable, saying things to make other people miserable. What they say, hurt people. And now what you're using is your education or status, which we see all the time. People use material things, their education, their status in life to make other people feel bad about themselves. Like, if you really got it like that, why do you got to try to make people feel bad about themselves? Because you feel bad about
Mm,
yourself. Even though you have all this stuff, you still ain't happy. That's a you problem. You need to fix that, you know? And belittling
yeah, and
people is
that's
not
what I
gonna
was
fix it.
having a problem with. Like, okay, that's fine. If you think your Prince Charming gonna come, if you read all of the fairy tale books and you still believe in all of that stuff, and you think your Prince Charming coming, and he's gonna be a lawyer, maybe you want somebody that owns the firm, that's fine. But don't talk about my black kings who are bus drivers or any blue collar worker that's going out here that is making things work and taking care of their families and their kids.
And see, you
So,
gotta think about it like this too, Miss April. There's a reason she's single, and I don't. If
huh?
there's a reason she's single. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I mean, if you're a lawyer, that means you're around other lawyers. So why haven't a lawyer tried to ask for your hand in marriage? If you really all that, shouldn't a colleague or someone you've been around? I'm pretty sure where um, the places that you go, is other people there. So why haven't these people? Why aren't anyone attracted to you?
yeah.
So that's why I say it speaks for itself. She's unhappy and she's hurt because her peers don't feel about her the way she feel about them. So she got to lash out. And usually people lash out on other people who they feel are beneath them. And because of her status, she thinks people who drive buses is beneath them. And I mean, maybe as far as money, that you make more, but your character just spoke for itself. Your character just spoke for itself. So
And see, that's how I feel. And she is not the type of person that I would even want to have as a friend. I don't want to I don't those type of people, I'm not ready to be around them. Hold on. I got a guest that popped up. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Is they doing something to stream y'all? This is so weird. Okay. Okay, if somebody was trying to come up, come back up. Hey Raiders, Monica, Riders for Life, you shorty. How you doing? How you doing? How you feeling? Okay, right. The realist, you are so correct. The world is so nutty financially that folks ain't thinking about impressing nobody folks. Okay, where did the word go? That's what happened. Okay. But yeah, these people with these standards and stuff, it speaks about their character. Uh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. StreamYard is always doing something. Are you streaming to your channel? Somebody can come up on the panel and they can stream the show. I am so glad to see Walking Purpose Monica Miles. It's been a while. I'm glad to see you here. The realist, Wanda. You know I love you and Joshua. He was doing a great painting of you today. Loving Miss Tracy Anderson. How are you? Nafetti, how are you? Zero, how are you? Liz, how are you? Juba, Realist, Steve Gilmore. Where is my girl at? Together we break the chains. Realist. Okay. Well, me, um, I believe you could turn a zero into a hero. I think a woman and a man depends on what type of future they want to have together. I believe that they can, stand by you. And some women will let men be men. Where the women at? I don't know where they at. Maybe I ought to do a part two and see if I can get Marlene and Together and some other people. I don't know who's on tonight. Me personally, um, I think everybody should be happy. I know they're not gonna be, but you know, we put these labels on ourselves. Like we think we done moved up, cause we driving a car or we got that. But at the same time, you still got the same problems. Little old me got staying in the senior building. And I love me. Yeah, people gonna do whatever they want to do. I have two cousins. One is a nurse practitioner, and then I have another one. Uh, Her name is Dr. Jackie Nixon. And I know my cousin Jackie, she just can't find any. And she's the average person. See, while we think, because we done moved up in the world, everybody ain't moved up with us. And some people are just comfortable with where they at. Yeah. Some people are comfortable with just being a regular person. Some people don't have to be smiling all up in people's faces and around the so-called in club. Yeah. So see me, let me tell you something. Me, baby, I'm just as important as Michelle Obama. I'm just as important as whoever the first that in the White House. married to Joe Biden. I'm just as good as any of them women. They ain't no better than me. Why? Y'all got educations? Okay, that's fine. But you still ain't no better than me. Hit the cash app, hit the cash app. People said I need to start doing that. Well, but I think as a whole society, we want to be accepted. We'll never be accepted. We'll never be on their levels. And we want to, then we make it and then we want to down our people. Because at the end of the day, to them, you still a, you know what, a NEG, you know. hmm So I love you, black men and women. If you are average people, if you are driving a garbage truck to driving the bus, then you are somebody. See, she's actually the first black woman on the Real Housewives of New York. So that's why I'm really pissed at this woman. Cause you being the first black woman, now you trying to down a bus driver, the status of blue collar workers and stuff. They always put them in positions to represent us and make us look horrible. I don't know where they find these people at, but we will sell out and sell out our people for a show. So, yeah, she's the first black woman on the Real Housewives of New York. She's a lawyer. They use our people to mess with us, to mess us up. Yeah, she's an attorney and a Fox News contributor. So you know what she on. I don't know. Ebony, if you've made it, that's great. If you on that show, that's great. But Ebony, we don't need you to diss the regular black man. That's a blue collar worker that's going out working every day. See a woman like Ebony Williams, I don't like her. I don't want to talk to her. I wouldn't even want to be around her company because you think you're better than everybody. And at the same way, you bleed every month. You want to be loved. You want a man to be snuggled to every night. You ain't no different than nobody else. So I got a lot of friends in high positions, family that's nurses and nurse practitioners and everything. I ain't in competition with none of them. Hey y'all, what do y'all think is going on with Jamie Foxx? I'm so sick of hearing about Jamie Foxx. I think Jamie Foxx, when he first got sick, I think Jamie Foxx had a stroke or something. I think they put him on life support and ventilators. And I think Jamie Foxx been brain dead. Mm. So yeah. The realest I love black men. I love all black men. Yeah. Oh, she's a former Fox. Okay. Yeah, see what I mean, Wanda? They find our people to always diss us. And we with that go get along game. You know, I look at some of these people, y'all, they smiling in these folks' face, and they think these people really care about them. These people ain't thinking about you. I don't care how much success you done did. Some of, some of these people still think of you as where you come from. I've never gave a darn what anybody thought of me. I ain't never gave no darn about no status thing neither. I'm me. Hell, they've been talking about me since I was a little kid. I had a daddy that had mental issues, so that don't even bother me. Yeah, cause I could hang with them from the streets to the boardroom. Well, nobody wants to join the panel. Maybe I can get a part two of this, and see if we can really get some women to talk about this. But I guess a lot of women that get on these panels, I need people that's gonna come and be real, not try to play with me. Um, yeah. So that would be nice to get a panel with the women on, and they come on and they be themselves. Don't pretend to be nobody else. Just be themselves from the beginning and get an understanding. I'm 60. I don't have time for games with people, you know. And first impressions You know, that saying, when they say, when people show you, believe them. So my first impression with anybody can be a lasting impression. And there's some people I would never, ever in life be on panels with. So, it is what it is. Mm. They are having a fit in Chicago. They are trying to move the migrants. They want to put them in an abandoned school, but they'll fix it up for them to live. I just don't understand how the hell we taking care of migrants and we got our own people here. That some people are starving because of the food prices. So I would date a bus driver. I have dated blue collar, white collar. It's all in what's in the heart. Hold on. Hold on. What happened? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Hey, lady, how you be? Hello?
Sorry about that. Hey, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much, girl.
Oh yeah, I
How
was
you
listening.
be?
I'm good. I was listening to you, and you got two windows open. One is echoing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's echoing.
Okay, you keep talking. I'm gonna come back and close them all. Okay.
Okay. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I hope all is well today. I was sitting there listening to um what Miss April was saying. I hope she didn't close me out. Can you guys hear me? Can anyone hear me? I am not sure what's going on. I think she closed us all the way out. Yeah, I think she closed us out. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I was listening. A lot of times I say things and certain people's feathers get ruffled when I say certain things, and I'm really not trying to ruffle anybody's feathers, but I live here in California, which is a border state, and I am not far at all from like um well I say not far because it take a half a day to drive pretty much, down towards the border from where I'm at. And all these people that are screaming that they're seeking asylum, one of the things I shared with you guys prior is that my family member works in border patrol. There you go. My family member works in border patrol. So my family member has been working there for years and years, and they don't take sides, but when they see stuff, they pretty much speak out. So what they're saying is, I think what needs to be implemented is that when a person comes and says that they're seeking asylum and they have to show their ID to come in and out of the country, I think that it should hit an electronic something to say, okay, if you're an asylum seeker, how is it that you're visiting your country way more than you were, prior to coming to America and getting money? So a lot of these people are coming here just to get money because I watched a few people that said that they were asylum seekers, and I know one personally, and every chance they get, they go back and forth to El Salvador. And I'm like, wait a minute, but you told America that you were afraid for your life and that if you went back to your country that you would not be, living among the living anymore. So this is, and they told the truth, and they said, you know what, they use that so that they can come here, get the benefits, because over in our country, she's a dear friend of mine, he's a dear friend of mine, and they talk real, and they said a lot of people get mad, when things are pointed out, because it's like you're gonna blow my cover and what I'm doing. But a lot of those people are not really asylum seekers. They're just coming over to get money. They're coming over here so that they can send money back to their country and build it up. They're coming over here to do all sorts of things, and it's not fair to the American people that are working, that we're being taxed in order to take care of people that have not put one dime into the system. Now, recently, we had a woman at the border. She was pregnant and she gave birth to her child. And guess who gets to pay the bill? We get to pay the entire medical bill, all her expenses, and the baby's expense, because she jumped over the border illegally at the right time and she went into labor. And so now we're responsible to take care of that child, which is not fair. It's not fair at all. And I'm some of the stuff that Donald Trump said was harsh, very, very harsh. But when you look at the reality of it, not one of us that are American born, American bred, can go to another country and make demands to be taken care of, to be given free stuff or anything, housing, you name it. It will not happen. And the people in those other countries will not do it. They will be like, no, ain't no way. So why should we have to foot the bill for people that want to come here and not be vetted to our society? You go to stores now, you're like, wait a minute, I have to put on Google Translate in order to speak to people, and I don't think that that's fair. My native tongue is English, so how is it that one group of people can come here and say, well, you better get Rosetta Stone? Don't tell me to get Rosetta Stone. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. That's the first line.
What kills me is, why in the hell do I need to press one for English?
Right.
Why?
Right. And I don't think that, like, if you guys seen the border, somebody has sent me pictures and I erased it by accident. They say you should see all these men. They got on brand new clothes. They got on shoes and clothes that we couldn't
Girl,
afford.
they're giving them everything.
No, they're coming here with it on. They're not giving them nothing. They're coming here. They're walking. They got on brand new Jordans. They got on brand new Nikes. They got on everything new. And they got bag full of stuff with brand new stuff. How is it that you can't afford anything when you're coming over here? You're decked out. They don't have Nikes and all that stuff at the border. They don't have clothes for them at the border. The Similac, all that stuff that we need, like diapers, baby wipes, toilet paper, whatever it is that we need, they're taking it to the border and they're giving it to them free. Let me go down there and try to get something free. They'll be like, excuse me, get your black ass out of here. No, you don't need it, and I just trip because I'm sitting here and I'm looking and I'm like, I want everybody every night to be able to lay down in a comfortable, safe space. I want everybody to have a meal, children included. I want you to be healthy. I'm not the type of person that wish hatred, but at some point, it has to be a leader. I don't care which party it comes out of. It has to be a leader to say, you know what, enough is enough. Because I did a statistics. We are spending like $8 to $12 billion per quarter on illegal immigrants. Now they just sent the bus. They built some brand new high price buildings in LA County, and those buildings are probably $2,000+ a month. They got in those buildings over people that like the homeless. They're getting stuff over the homeless that have been laying out in the streets. I used to work for the Department of Mental Health, and I heard somebody say, "Oh, those people want to be homeless." That's the most disrespectful stuff you
Girl,
could
and
ever
that's a
say,
lot too.
because I had to go into the jail. Literally, I had to go into the jails, and they warned us. I could, if I was like the type of person that needed liquids, I would be in trouble. They told us, do not bring any food, do not bring anything, don't even bring keys in there. Don't have anything, and we had to use our company vehicle, because when you go into those jails and you sit there and you assess those people, they're looking at your cup. Like if you have a hot cup of coffee, if you have a like a mocha frappuccino with whipped cream, they look at how much you drank. It determines on how far you have driven. They look at how much it has melted. Then they map out where is the nearest Starbucks to them, and they know that you didn't get that Starbucks. So what they do, they watch
Hey,
you.
were you able to stream the show to your channel?
No, no,
Mm,
no.
okay.
So they watch what you drink and how much you have left, and they determine how far you're coming from. So what happens is when you do multiple visits to do assessments on what their mental disability is, what the family structure is, because a lot of those people that are out on the streets, they're on the streets because they burnt their families out with their mental illness, because they were not taking their medication. They were non-med compliant. And so they put them on a 5150 hold, which is a 3-day mental health hold to get their medication compliant. And I get tired of people, I'm 5150, I'm 5150. No, what the hell are you talking about? Because you sound stupid saying that. You're saying that you're a 3-day mental health hold when you say that, I'm 5150. That does not mean that you're crazy. It means they take 3 days to hold you, to pump you up with the medications, to get you stabilized so they can try to get you into placements. But some of those people have such severe illnesses that they don't remember, or somebody is dropping the ball and they're not taking their medicine, so they disappear. So one of my clients disappeared from his home. We put out a missing persons report, and every day I drove over 2 hours to go to his house to see if he came back. A month later, he's been sitting in front of a police station in Los Angeles County for a full month, and every police officer walked by him until one lady stopped and asked him his name. And when she asked him his name, they found out that we put a missing persons report out on him. And he's been sitting out there for a month straight, begging and pandering for food and money. And so people got to stop with this. A lot of those people homeless, they're not there because they want to be there. Most of them people have had traumas. They have had people, some of them women have been assaulted. They're afraid to go back home because they got a man that is using them as a punching bag. Some of them men are using them as a dumping station, if you get what I'm saying. And they had enough, so they would rather be on the streets. But even on the streets is not safe, because the guy from the Fugees did a documentary, and he went undercover. There was a lady in her tent. A man came in, attacked her, and had his way with her. So it's not safe. Those people don't want to be down there. Some do, a lot don't. And the programs that they have for the people that are American citizens, they're being overlooked, because in the program, I'm not going to say we had a full partnership program, and it was supposed to be for severe people, and it was supposed to be for blacks. It was supposed to be for whites. It was supposed to be for like a rainbow of people. All of a sudden, you had this lady, she came from out of nowhere, and I had to go assess her. And she didn't know anything, allegedly. And it's called indigent. If she was indigent, meaning she had no way of taking care of herself. She spoke no English, so I had to have a translator. We gave her free housing, food, spending money, paid all her medical bills. We paid for her entertainment. This came out of taxing the millionaires in California 1 to 2% of their income to take care of these people. And once I got her settled into her Section 8 apartment, this heifer had a whole full family. And I was like, wait a minute, she frauded the system. But they didn't do anything to her. They kept helping her. But the black guy that was having struggles, comprehension issues, and things like that, they gave him the hardest of the hardest time. And it's sad because I don't care where they come from, do it right. Why are they dominating? Why are they getting everything? You can't get that stuff in their country, and they're busing them all over America. They're doing all kinds, like California, where the what do they call it? The street takeovers. They have been doing so many of them, and the police are trying to catch them. They're hitting and they're taking people's lives, hitting them and disappearing. They're hitting people in hit and runs, and they finding a couple of them close to the border. They hit you, they take your life, they injure you, they tear you up, and they go across the border. If they come to America, they should not be able to go back across the border with dual citizenship. That's the problem. They have dual citizenship. They have citizenship in their country and citizenship in America. So they can stay in their country, collect a check, and then go right back, to their country and live it up real good. So America's really messed up. We are messed up. We're taking care of all other countries and not taking care of the people here. And I'm sorry to say this. Y'all can get mad at me if you want to. We're not going to get no reparations. Stop looking for it.
Girl.
It's another ploy. It's another trick to get black folks to vote for the Democrats again. And once they do it, they thinking about it. So why is it such a fight? Why is it so hard? Why? Because they have to admit their wrongdoing to every person that is black, the injustices that was done against us. Then they're talking about, if we give you money, you need to have a class. Don't tell me how to spend my money. If I want to take $5 million and blow it and go to a club, it's my business. I don't need you. You didn't tell me. You didn't give me a choice to work and get beat in the back, get assaulted. You didn't give me a choice to do none of that. So now all of a sudden you want to try to give me a class to tell me how to spend something when everything that you guys have came off the backs of slaves, and then people don't know it. The White House,
you better preach.
The White House have skeletal remains in the bricks because when the slaves worked so hard and they fell ill and they passed away, they said, put a brick over him, cover his ass up, and keep going. So yes, all in Washington, D.C. is haunted. I told somebody it's haunted. It is very, very haunted down there by the White House. And a person did not believe me when I told her. And when she went on that trip, she said that was the most eerie feeling she has ever felt. She said she was so scared at night to go out. I said, that's the slaves crying out from the injustices. That's why they can't stay in that damn White House with the lights out, because they know what they did. And that's my take on all of that. And as far as a bus driver, I'll date a bus driver any day. If I was single, if I wasn't married, I would date a bus driver, because bus drivers, you don't know, you can be rich, filthy rich, and you can have a man just as rich as you, and he can treat you like crap. And you can meet a bus driver and he's looking for love, and he'll treat you like the princess that you know that you should be treated like. So I don't understand why Ayala even put this woman in that position to ask that question, to cause such a great divide. I think there was a motive behind her asking that question. And I think it's unfair because this woman was poor. She worked her ass off to get where she was. And she feels like, if I can work this hard, why should I dummy down? Which I don't think she meant it like that. I think that she meant, I want somebody in my same tax bracket, because if something happens, I'm going to be footing the bill, and I'm not here to take care of no man. And that's not the way it's supposed to be, because the word said it perfectly. A woman, and men keep asking women, what are you bringing to the table? She shouldn't have to bring anything to the table. And back in the day, when a man wanted a woman, he paid the family for her. So what shifted? What happened? What went wrong? You know what I'm saying? So why should we have to bring something to the table? You are the men. We are supposed to help you. We're not the providers. We are the help me. If I make more money than my husband, he's still the head of my household. I'm not going to treat him like he beneath me. You know, you don't know what this woman's story is. She gave you a briefing of what she went through. So for Ayala to ask that question, it's like she had a motive. And I'm sorry to say that. I think she had a motive behind it.
But see, that's another thing that makes me mad too. Just because you had that drive, that don't make everybody else supposed to have that drive neither.
Right.
You know, hit the cash app.
Y'all bless Miss April. It's Mother's Day. I know some of y'all mothers, but this is like our YouTube mama. Let's bless her with some cash apps for Mother's Day, y'all, so she can go out and do something. I need y'all to do that for me. Y'all don't normally say nothing, but y'all please hit that cash app. And as they come in, Miss April, just say thank you. You know who you are. Yeah. Y'all please bless her and hit her up. You know, she deserves, you know, like I said, she's a real one on here. You know, she ain't gonna never steer you wrong. She's not gonna tell you nothing crazy. I know that y'all probably got y'all family. You know, even if it's $5, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm gonna do something for her too. You know, Miss April is truly my friend. Like, she is a real friend. I haven't known her very, very long, but when you are a friend of hers, she treats you like she's known you all your life, and that's real talk. So, Miss April, you're gonna get something from me later. So, y'all, please bless her for Mother's Day. I know Mother's Day is Sunday, but y'all, come on. Even if you hear this live afterward, y'all hit that cash app. $showers 813. Come on, y'all. Hit this live afterward, y'all hit that cash
app. Okay. Everybody has dreams and inspirations. My sister got her master. She might be going for her doctors. My brother, my brother, I think he might have his bachelor's. Me, I just got an associate. I mean, but back in the day when I was coming up, there were jobs. There were some good jobs. But now, I mean, you just about, you know,
let me come back up. Let me see something.
Okay.
Keep talking.
To make all of this money, I just don't believe, like, if somebody made less money than me, I wouldn't try to belittle them or look down on them. Hey, I'm number one, so you know, I don't know how anybody else feel. I got friends, they way up there, like I say, and family. They ain't no better than me. So I don't, you know, I'm sorry. I ain't no insecure woman. Oh, well. And so hold on. Yeah, and I wouldn't be asking. We just had the organization that I work with. The organization that I work with, we did a couple of extra things. And so, yeah, how you been doing, Karen Johnson? It's been a while since I've seen you. How's everything going? Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I don't know what it is. I don't know what StreamYard is doing. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Yeah, I was trying to see if it'll work this time, but I doubt it. But yeah, I just like to just
It
keep it
didn't work.
real.
It
No,
didn't work
I don't know. I haven't even. Hold on.
for you to share to your show.
Let me look because I don't want to lie and say no and it happened. Hold on. Just go ahead and keep talking. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking.
Oh, okay. It should be something right there. It should be
No, it's
like
not working. I don't
where
see
it
it.
say destination or share.
I don't see not a thing. Chicken wing.
That is, I mean, you the only person, Kano. This is crazy
Yeah, it
that you
is.
that you can't share the show.
I done pushed
'Cause,
everything.
okay, what about when you hit more? Does anything come up then?
Um, I don't see nothing. This is really crazy.
What about broadcast info?
I can't go back that far because if I do, I'll go back out. Because I'm going
Hey,
to the part where,
Nicole.
sorry, I'm going to the part where it says guest and it's not.
Miss Karen, I've been doing fine, still staying positive, still being me, staying away from negative. When I see it, I'm gone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not showing. I don't know what's going on. I can't begin to tell you why it's
Wow.
not working for me. So it's okay.
Oh,
Oh shucks, no.
okay. Hey, that's my girl, Nafa. Remind, she from New York, honey. Oh yeah, that's her. Hey, that's it.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. I don't want to play too much because I don't need them hitting me for no copyright strike.
That part.
Hey, SAS TV. hmm Yeah, y'all go check her out. Check her out. So, oh boy,
Yeah,
yeah,
this is kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea.
yeah, because I go to everybody else's things and I'm able to share.
Let me see if I'm gonna drop down and try it again. This is crazy.
Okay. Everybody, you do know that if you have StreamYard, like people can share the shows to their channel. So SAS TV, what it do? What it do? Hold on.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna drive myself crazy. Forget it.
Girl, no, I thought I was gonna say, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, forget it. I ain't
Yeah.
about to go crazy over this thing.
Mm-mm. Yeah. So, did anybody else want to come up and talk about would they date a bus driver, the dating game? Um, and this gonna rain. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's cold
Like,
out here. Then it was really, really hot a couple hours ago. It was really, really hot.
girl, yeah. I need y'all to check out Rolling. Let me see what her short. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice the people that you can meet on YouTube.
Yeah.
I want to tell y'all, don't ever, don't give up. Um, you can meet some great people on YouTube.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tomorrow, 3 o'clock California time, I'm gonna be doing a fun facts interview with Lincoln Kisses. So
Uh
you
oh.
guys can come to my channel and support me there tomorrow while I do my fun facts on her. It should be fun.
So
And I'm
it'll be
trying,
5 o'clock my time.
yeah. So I'm gonna try to grab some other people. I just have to. I'm trying to do it around my husband's work schedule because like when he home, he on his computer and he got his little sound system and everybody in the house go crazy when he get home and it's not quiet. And so I try to do it during the day while he's gone. So if you don't see me like on here during the day, during the evening time, that's why.
Y'all make sure y'all check out SAS TV. They got some great videos. They with the family. They go church. I mean, just check these people out.
I just want
Hmm.
everybody to contact Miss April. Miss April, put your email address in. Please hit Miss
Yeah.
April up so she can have all the names, the list of people. I'm gonna be contacting you, trying to set the dates up for the Fun
Yeah, I
Facts
know I got to
interview.
get in touch with the truth. He did send me an email.
Yeah,
The teacher sent me an email. You just got to get in touch with him. Yes, Karen, I have met some amazing people on YouTube as well.
I gotta
Yeah.
get the word too after I do Lincoln Kisses because I need to harass his
Hmm.
butt. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him. He all serious and stuff. He better learn how to laugh messing with me. Y'all suave
Hmm.
and stuff. You ain't no radio host at night with the midnight romantics and stuff. What's wrong with you with that voice? I'm just
But
playing
you
the
know
word.
what I like? I like that we just met some everyday regular people.
Yes, I
Every
like these people.
and they not we just all just keeping it 100.
Right,
What?
right.
Ain't no sense in trying to fake the funk out here no more. It's too funky. Yeah.
That's what we was
Don't be
laughing at.
yeah, don't y'all be faking the funk out here.
Yep.
I'ma tell y'all.
If your water shut off, go jump in the nearest swimming pool. Bring you some soap. Go to the gym. Wash that. What my uncle used to say.
So
He said
yeah,
if I'm smelling you, I know you've been tired of smelling your own butt. I've used to roll.
when I put a thing. It's a lot of stars in Hollywood and a lot of people now that are not taking showers. And it's like Brad Pitt and all of these people. I mean,
Mm-mm.
and we
Mm-mm.
sitting here and it's like,
Mm-mm.
like, what kind of message are y'all people sending?
Not to wash your ashtray.
Yeah, ain't that something?
I guess they saving on a hell of water bill.
Girl.
Wait, look,
Mm-mm.
let me put out a notice.
Yeah, I
California is
started
not
to
in a drought anymore. Wash your ashtray.
check this out. And why is they saying California is getting ready to give reparations? Hey,
Cal,
Brian Lynn,
let me tell you something. If California get reparations, I will see you the day that I get my check.
you know what? See, what they do, y'all, is they'll say they gonna give you reparations, like they did in Evanston. The stipulations was you had to be born in what 1912 or 40 something.
No, it's something else. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you something. I need everybody to pay. One thing that my dad taught me is to read Pay attention, listen closely to the words. Now, Maxine Waters, when Biden was running, and I've been looking for the archives, I can't find it, and I was trying to record it. Maxine Waters said, "We're going to run this campaign off of reparations to get the Black people to vote." She was downtown Los Angeles in one of those city buildings in a humongous conference room. They had the Channel 7, Channel 5, Channel 9, Channel 11, Channel 13 news in there when she said that. After she said that, that whole entire live that they did disappeared. Now they are thinking about giving reparations. That don't mean they're gonna give it to you. That's like I say, Miss April, I'm thinking about giving you $100. I didn't say I was gonna give it to you. I said I'm thinking. That's what they keep doing. They keep dangling. It's like a monkey inside of a locked cage, because monkeys like shiny things. So you put a bunch of shiny things down in front of the monkey's cage, and the only way he can get his arm in and out is if his hand is empty. So they see the monkey see the diamond and he grab it, but he can't pull his hand through because his fist is clenched with that diamond. So once he dropped the diamond, he can pull his hand back through. That's what they're doing to us. They're dangling the word reparations, getting us riled up. Once we vote for them, we get zero. Now, if she was factual, we should have already been starting to see some of the reparation checks. These are just words that they use to trick us up, to make us believe that they're going to do something. If they give us reparations, that is like telling the world they were wrong, and they will never admit that they were wrong. The only person that has ever out of his mouth in this on recording said that Black people built this country is Donald Trump. He said, and they don't give y'all the respect that y'all deserve. He said it. It's out there, but they don't play none of that. They want to downplay him. They want to call him a racist. He wasn't a racist until he started running for office. He wasn't a racist when they had him at the award shows and hanging out and kicking it with him. Snoop Dogg, all of them. I seen all them videos. They was kicking it with Donald Trump like he was a hip hop star. As soon as he ran for presidency, oh, you a racist. What happened to it? How did he become a racist overnight?
Yeah, I need everybody, all the links I'm dropping, please subscribe to these people. We got in this YouTube land. Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, so he became a racist overnight, right after and they don't want to show. I have videos, but if I put them up, they will take my channel down. I have videos showing, and if there was some way that I could show you guys what I'm talking about, I have videos. The time is not manipulated. They sent all the Republican voters home, and once they left, the building was clear. You saw all these people pull these big old giant duffel bags, black, from underneath the table and started loading them. And people were saying that, and they still ignored it. I have the videos myself. None of those videos are doctored at all. And so people are like, oh, no, I'd rather have a president to say exactly what he means than somebody that's lying and telling Black people, sit down and shut up, boy. And we should have you back. I'm gonna have you back in chains. All these little racist words that this man is saying, and then he's overlooking us, telling us, "Oh, you're gonna have to sit down and shut up because you're gonna have to deal with the Mexicans." He's telling us you don't mean nothing. He makes some disrespectful comments, and everybody laugh and overlook it. We need to stop overlooking and stop laughing at everything and stop being afraid to speak up, because we're the only race that are afraid to speak up because we think something's going to happen. All these other cultures come from different places. They have their businesses in our Black communities. And if we try to put a business in our community, we go up on the price because we're competing. They try to shut us down every way we can, and we're not looking at that. Everybody else get along except for us. Everybody else. You can have a house with 15 Latino people living in the same house, and they save their money to help one another buy a house slowly but surely. And the one that moved out first still goes back and deposits into that family, and then the next family member, then the next family, then the next, then the next, then the next. I watched it happen. When I lived in an
Girl,
apartment,
I told you that ain't gonna happen. We too worried about how much toilet tissue somebody using.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, who
But back to
cares?
Trump. Trump made one mistake that I didn't ever know, and that was the Central Park Five.
Well, guess
He took
what?
all the ass.
Guess
But you
what?
know
But
what?
he
That ain't
went
got
by.
nothing to do with what Biden did.
Yeah, but that's what he
Okay.
went by, the testimony. Now that the Central Park Five came out, they said they forced them to tell their testimony that they did that to this lady. And because they said that, he said exactly they deserve to go. Based on the lies that the police forced him. Had Donald Trump knew the ins and outs that they coerced those dudes, he probably would have never said that. But if you're going on a lie that the police did, what are you going to do? You're like, well, get rid of them then. If they're going to sit up here, all of them act like malicious animals, then they need to go. But now that the truth came out, it's like, damn, I could have, made these people go away based on the police lies. And that's sad. That's really, really sad. That's not his fault. If they say, oh, together robbed the bank and shot
Yeah.
6 people, and
Mm.
let's say Biden like, well, take her away and unalive her, and they don't unalive me, but then you find out years later the police forced me against my will, broke my civil rights and everything else. I spent all these years in prison, and then I get freed based on the lies that the police forced me to tell because they needed a conviction so that somebody else could be promoted. It happens every day, all day.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. People, that's why they got these programs to free this man. He's like 80 years old. A white lady lied and said that he R-word her, and then they end up getting his information. Come to find out, none of his DNA, none of the evidence matched up. Out of all these years, this man has been in prison. And guess what? He lost his whole life. Ain't never had no kids. Ain't never been married. His family passed on. And he there by himself with a couple of stragglers. And these are the injustices, you know what I'm saying, that we go through. School is a prison to pipeline. So y'all better start educating your kids. Now they're up here trying to teach your kids how to change their gender. Now, you got the LBGT people, they're fighting back now. They're saying no, we never dance. The drag queen said we never dance for children. They're fighting back. They're like, what kind of sickness? There's a video circulating where this little young boy, he got his hair braided. He's a little Caucasian kid, cute, got his hair braided. He got on a little shimmery dress, and he got on some of them hooker high, thigh high boots, all black. And he dancing, and it's a big old giant arena, and he's dancing in front of all these men. Every last one of them men should be in prison right now because y'all are going under the umbrella of the LBGTQ, trying to act like you are a part of their group, but you guys are pedophiles and you're sick. And you are, and society is okay in this mental illness. And it used to be in the DSM medical book that homosexuality and all that was a mental illness. You know what I'm saying? And now you got people that are detransitioning, and they're telling their stories that they got caught up in it. And now a lot of those kids that transition are taking their own lives because they're depressed. Like I Am Jazz. I Am Jazz told her, I don't feel like myself. Now he's dating a woman, his natural, the way he's supposed to be. Hi, Tanya. I hope I'm making sense to y'all. I just do a lot of reading, and I just do a lot of research. It's bad, you guys. And you got parents that's standing up. They had a teacher that was telling the girls in the class to write down their sexual fantasies, and those girls are not even active. And the teachers the school didn't even know about it. He had these girls talking about if they didn't do the paper, they will fail. So the little girl texted her dad and showed her dad what the teacher asked. The dad went up there ready to put hands on him, and the school was shocked. They didn't even know that this man was asking little girls about fellatio and, animal style, if you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to be respectful, and all this stuff. He had them trying to write papers on this stuff, and they end up firing his butt. So you got people and it's a lot of women that are pedophiles too. So let's not get that twisted. It's a lot of them too. They're doing the same stuff, getting pregnant. This one teacher got pregnant by his boy at like 15 years old, and now they're making him pay. What he know about some child support at 15? What do you know about paying some child support? She should be locked under the jail. He should take the baby, him and his mama, and she should never be able to see that child again. Why do these people get a slap on the wrist?
Tanya, did you want to come up to the panel and answer the question? Would you date a bus driver? You're more than welcome. Any woman that's here, that we're trying to get some women's input, but keep going together. I'm copying the links. Okay, thank God you're in here.
I'd date him too. If he's going my way to work, too, I'll get a free ride.
Girl, ain't that the truth?
And you get on the trains and stuff for free too. Like the Metro Links and stuff. If they're bus drivers, they get on the Metro Links for free. They get bus rides for free. They got keys to those bathrooms and stuff. If you got to go to the bathroom and you at a Union Station, they can open up and let you go. Oh, you get perks. Come on, baby. Don't get it wrong. Yes, bus driver, ride me, baby. Let me sit in the front seat. Toot toot. Let me ride. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all, I'm just being silly. I'm sorry.
Girl, do you have fun?
Oh, okay.
Ain't nobody pretending over here. I want real people because I'm real.
Sure,
I don't want nobody to be pretending. Be yourself.
Right. I know that's right.
Life is too short to be sitting around here. I don't care who you are, no way. Shoot. Some of y'all might be millionaires. I don't know. Some of y'all might be sleeping. I don't know. But hey, be you.
Right. Yeah. I got family members that drive the Metrolink downtown Los Angeles, all kinds of stuff. The stories they be telling me, I said, you need to send me the stories so I can write a book, man. That mess funny. The stuff that we be seeing. Oh my God. Them folks, man, they off the chain. But they switch up the bus drivers every 6 months because they don't want people to get too familiar with the bus driver because they be trying to run game, So like my sister, she's a bus driver still, and it was a person they had just started working, and she would let them ride the bus for 6 months free so they could save up their money, because by the time she got off to go back to the station, they was getting off to go back home. So she had like a 12-hour shift. They had like an 8-hour shift down there. So yeah, it has perks. It has its perks, and they make money. Trash drivers, trash truck drivers. These city workers make good money. You shouldn't stoop your nose down. They make good damn money.
Girl, I didn't even realize the city of Joliet was paying these people so much money. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
what?
They make good money.
Well, they put their salaries in the paper. I'm like, I don't know why. I never thought when I graduated, I didn't go work for the city of Joliet.
Right.
I don't even know if they was hiring blacks back then.
Man, you know what?
Not too many of them, but
I say everybody deserves to work, but what I have noticed here in California, a lot of the jobs that Black people have been working for years, like the city workers or things like that. When you see Caltrans and all that stuff now, when you look, you'll see a few Black people, and the majority of them are Latino. And I'm like, wait a minute, who's doing the hiring? Why is it so many Latinos on the job when there are more than there are so many Black workers that are looking for jobs and stuff like that? And it's like they get overlooked. And when you complain, they say, well, they're the minority too. No, that doesn't mean, that's not right. How do they get preference over people that are trying to work? And you're saying that black people don't want to work. First of all, how you gonna say we don't want to work when our ancestors were forced to work to build? Like my ancestor, let's say your ancestor and my ancestor, they came up together with a bike because they were captured, enslaved, and they were like, oh, let me make this easier for me, to get my work done. So what the slave owner would do was take their invention and patent it and own it. And so they made billions and billions and billions of dollars off of stealing our ancestors' ideas, and they're still being rich today off of our ancestors' ideas, the peanuts and all that stuff, and it's crazy that I don't know what it's going to take, for us to get what we deserve. But then I heard a young man last night talk about black
Hey,
people.
Mark, the spider guy.
Hi, how you
Hold
doing?
on. And the word is back up there on the panel too. Okay.
Cool, cool.
Alright.
Yeah, so I trip out how you have some black people that this one guy, I guess he was from Ghana or
With
something
the
like that. And
cuss up, with the cuss up.
he was calling black Americans lazy. And I'm like, hold on a second. I said, you out your rabbit. How you gonna call somebody lazy? I said, first of all, black people here in America cannot get a 4 to 5 to 3% loan. We have the top 20 something percent loan, and you come here from another country and they will give you a 5% loan. What do you mean we lazy? There are more black people that want to work but are pushed away and pushed out for an agenda. If we can stay at the very bottom, they will be happy, because if we were the ones to rise to the top, then everybody will have to kiss our ass and they will have to respect us as a whole. But until we learn how to network together, get along, like if the words say something I don't like, maybe I should sit down and say, okay, why did you say that? Why do you feel this way? Instead of going, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to hear that. You sound stupid. How am I going to tell you you stupid? What did I miss in my part of learning, that I'm going to attack you? I missed something. So when I sit down and I talk to him after I called him all them names and find out, dang, okay, oh, so it all ties together. Pretty much. We all saying the same thing, but it's coming out different. So we're attacking somebody because they're not saying it the way we want them to say it. And we got to stop that. You get a biscuit over me, I get mad. Okay, can I have a slice of your biscuit? Not a big slice, but can I just taste it and see what it tastes like? Yeah, you can have a piece, and then you give me a piece, and I'm like, oh, that is good. So now you share it with me. I'm happy. So the next
Oh,
time I get
okay.
something, I remember you, and we need to start working together.
Right. Hey, the world. Welcome back. Welcome back. You got the baby situated.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was able to link it, Miss April. I push. I'm on my phone, and
oh,
when I push more,
Uh
it
huh.
it was one of the options to stream it to my
I
Well,
don't
iPhone.
have
that's
that.
see. Hey, Marlene. There you go.
I don't
Marlene,
have that.
Would you date a bus driver?
Let me see.
Heck, you know,
I'm gonna
they
try to
baby.
see if I can do it from my phone.
Yeah, if you on your laptop, it's usually up in that right hand corner. It took me a while to
Okay.
find it. Where it usually say like in broadcast.
Marlene, hit that. Come on. Hit the link. Hit that link. Let me put there. You come up and tell us. We finally got the women coming on in here. She said she won't date a bus driver. Oh Lord. Come on
But
up
you know,
here.
but you know what, Marlene, she wouldn't date a bus driver, but she wouldn't insult a person for
Right.
driving
Oh,
a
I
bus
know.
neither.
Oh,
That's
I
the
know.
thing,
Well,
you know, because
hey,
that
I
is my
know some people
standpoint.
won't date no bus drivers because they say they meeting too many women every day.
I didn't know the lady was taking shots at. I thought she was just, stating her standards, which I don't have a problem with. But but when you use your
Hey,
status, or
Amo.
when you use anything that you have to degrade someone, then to me that just tells me more about your
Hmm.
character.
Yeah.
So um,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
together said something I wanted to build on too, because you're right. Sometimes when people say stuff, it's the way it's delivered. But sometimes, we got to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, well, why do we even get upset at what people think? Sometimes
But
we got to look at that
I'm
too.
gonna tell you, most of them people, they ain't messed up about us. We trying to go on the job and impress people. Now together you back again. Okay, what are you on a different phone? Hello?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm
There's some
here.
people in here from my chat.
Okay, were you able to see that?
I saw it on my phone, but I'm gonna have to sign in on StreamYards on my phone, but I don't have time to do it. Thank you guys for listening to me. I appreciate y'all. Hit that Cash App, y'all. Bless her on Mother's Day. I gotta go now. I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.
What's wrong? Oh, okay.
Oh, I told you I'm still doing some research.
Oh yeah, that stuff that you was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. My Marlene, you want to come up? Let me see where is she at?
She over in my chat. I'm trying to grab the link and
Okay.
put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
there
can
she
do
go.
it.
Hey, Marlene, how you doing?
Hey Mo, what's up, brother? Appreciate you.
Hey,
Hey, Marlene, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Are you aware of all this controversy that's going on with
Yes,
Atlanta?
yes,
Okay.
I heard all about it yesterday when I had my live. Someone informed me of it.
Oh, okay. So, did you want to give us your input,
Well,
please?
my thing is I
I'm
feel
gonna mute
like
my mic, y'all. I'm going to get a soda. Okay.
okay. My thing is I believe what is the problem with her having the idea if she doesn't want to date a bus driver? I feel like what is the big deal? Everybody's open to believe what they want to believe, but I don't agree with being disrespectful to somebody because of what they choose to do for work and what their financial situation is. I'm not okay with that part. I don't think it's ever a time to be disrespectful. If somebody is not for you, then they're not for you, but I don't think it's right to go and talk about people, you know, do like low things and say they're this based on the amount of money because money doesn't define who you are. But as for my personal choice, no, I wouldn't date a bus driver, and not it's not for what the reason that you think. I wouldn't date a bus driver because most of the time, almost all the bus drivers when I was going on city transportation, bus drivers usually are very flirtatious. For that reason, it's a no for me.
But you know what, Marlene? That's what I was saying too. Like, everybody got preferences, right? I don't have a problem with anybody having a preference. I didn't, they just informed me that she was like degrading bus drivers, and I'm like, well, that just tells about her character, if anything. Uh, but people preference, like my preference, after my last marriage, I didn't want to date a woman who didn't have culture or real tight ties with family. That can be controversial too. You know what I'm saying? But it's my decision, and I have the right to pursue happiness. So, me personally, I don't care what people, want to do. Just don't bother me when I do what I want to do.
Hey, Nate. Yeah, yeah. But I think it was a degrade. That's the way I took it. But I mean, everybody else, they can take it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a blue collar worker. Really, in today's time, if somebody got a job, that's a good thing, a plus, because Shoot, they trying to get rid of folks on jobs. Facebook laid off, Microsoft laid off. So driving the bus, hey, eh, I guess, well, that might have some longevity to it, more so than working at Microsoft or being the trash man. Ain't those things you supposed to consider?
Well, I personally think, you know, to each his or her own. I never judge people for who they choose to be with. I think it's a personal thing, you know, but I go by character of a person. And before I even go to the part, it's a whole, I would have to get, that would be a whole different discussion. I don't even go into getting phone numbers and all of that until I know somebody for a long time because of past relationships. But um I don't think that it's good to be. People are so judgmental of somebody else because of what they do for a career. A person could just do something like, for instance, I knew somebody who was a janitor years ago when I was in middle school. And it wasn't because he couldn't get a higher level job, he just liked cleaning. It wasn't because he was well educated. He had a
Mhm.
bachelor's degree. And a lot of people didn't know, that he was an educated gentleman until he was talking to us when we were in school, telling us to get our education. And we're looking at him like, what you talk about? You're the janitor. He said, no, actually, I used to work at the university and so and so. But he just chose because he walked away from that because of stress. It was too stressful doing what he was doing before. So when you look at somebody, you shouldn't look at somebody based on what they do, but their character.
My thoughts exactly. Cause I say it's all in the heart. I said I would take somebody working at McDonald's flipping hamburgers. Long as they brought home the check and they loved me and we had a goal, like you can have a goal. Cause I do know of two people that actually had their own McDonald's now that I went to school with. I remember thinking, ain't no way I'm going nowhere and have grease and smelling French fries and all that other kind of stuff. But hey, I know some people stay with McDonald's and they own them. Well, they own them. Yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic again. Get my tea.
But just to add on to what you said, Marlene, um, people even marry for different reasons, right? Some people marry for financial stability, some people marry for love. So people's standards always will be different. I don't put, too much energy into what other people, want in life. I don't really care. But we have to be just more mindful of not, everybody's sensitive now. And some things are sensitive and should be, we need to have compassion about, but like subjects like this, I don't think we should allow this to divide people. I think that this is, I don't even know who the lady is. I wish her all the best in life, but I don't think, I don't think what she said is that impactful um, for people to be, arguing about, you know. Everybody got their own standards. I understand the part though, like she shouldn't have insulted the, the blue collar workers. I agree with that. But other than that, I even look at that though, like who is she to insult me in the first place? Like I don't give people that much power over me, especially with their opinions. I don't really care what people think. Not like that.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Cause I remember when I was hustling, but while I was going to school, and people look down on you when you don't have a, whatever. Where when you're working at a blue collar job, people think that you're nothing, you're irrelevant. But really, how much do we put into people's opinions? I think we give people too much weight and power over our mind, and we allow people to get inside our mind and manipulate us like a puppet to do things, to get upset, to get aggressive. And we have to understand how much power that we have, and we have to take our control back. Nobody has the right to take your power unless you give it to them. And I feel like I don't understand why people are so upset, you know, with the situation. Because my personal view, it's not me. It's not me. Why should that matter to me? But I can't understand why people are upset that she was disrespectful. That part, I have zero tolerance. There's never a time to be rude to other people. It doesn't matter what you're going through or whatever you think, because everybody puts on their pants one leg at a time, or whatever you want to say. So nobody is different. We're all the same. We all bleed red. We all pee yellow. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
so how does one person think that they're better than the other? I don't. But for my personal preference, for the things that I've seen, uh, the bus driver is not my vibe.
And see, I think we should do a show on that.
Okay,
Um,
so why the bus driver? Why not?
For me, Miss April.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like I was saying, because I've lived in three different places, and everywhere I've lived, bus drivers are the biggest players. I've been on the bus and I see them like they know the route. They know all the ladies on
Right.
the route.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well,
They
yeah,
know all
that's
the
what
la-
I was thinking.
Yeah,
That
they
I
know all
know
the
they need
ladies
a
on the
lot of
route.
women.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh yeah.
and they got all of their phone numbers, and sometimes they're dating different ladies on the route. And I'm just looking at this like, this is a mess. So that's my
Okay.
reason, is because I'm not saying that there's not loyal and faithful guys. I'm not putting every man in that category, but I have seen a lot of male drivers that are players, and that part I don't like.
And that I would have to agree with you. Like I I probably I mean I would date them, but then you would have to know also that they meeting women every day on them bus routes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So so what the realist said, that's a crying shame. Well, I mean, women getting on and off the bus. So yeah, you know how y'all men are.
hey, there's some women bus drivers that's players too. No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it goes both ways. I don't
goes
believe
both
in no
ways
kind of
now.
players.
it's the
Well,
opportunity.
right. I
And
ain't putting up. Yeah.
you know what? This is why I say too. Just this conversation, you should never discount someone's, personal experience. That's why, like, I haven't spoke on it because I haven't even seen, the broadcast that it was said on. I just heard comments and everybody's input. But even so, we don't know that lady's experience. She probably had a traumatizing experience when she was younger with a bus driver. You know, uh, we never know unless we ask. So, I mean, that in itself, I just don't discount nobody else's experiences. And like I said, I got my own preferences too. And I'm pretty sure, like, even me being married to a Middle Eastern woman, you know how much hell I catch when people find out? I mean, even in my comments, like, you know how when you go through YouTube Studio and it
Hmm.
says, to review, if I show you all the stuff in my review box, it's all about, most of it is about, I say about 70% is about me speaking or taking up for black women, but I'm married to a Middle Eastern woman. Like, what does that matter? I take up for people who I feel I should take up for. That's it. Simple and flat. It's my prerogative who I take up for. I don't see my wife even commenting like, "Who's, it's none of your business." I'm fine with my husband doing what he do.
Oh
So
wow.
people just, yeah, people hate. It's just a hateful world. There's beauty in it and there's ugliness in it. And I just learned to deal with both. I don't get too high,
Hey
and I don't get
Nate,
too low.
hey Cat Daddy. Yeah.
Yeah, Daddy, what's up?
What's
Well,
up?
well,
Amos?
I catch a lot of flack for my preference too. So,
Yeah.
as y'all know from my broadcast, the one I did for why some black women don't get along with black men, I got a lot of comments in my back office for that from
Mhm.
that broadcast.
Well,
Cowboy Muse. I
hey,
apologize. I'm just putting
you
people in
know
my
what
chat.
gets me? Okay, good night, Wanda. Glad to have you here. You know, at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you, I think we all just want to be loved. We want somebody that's got the same goals and dreams that we have. And we don't want no ignorance around us. We trying to elevate when you get with somebody. And at this point in my life, I'll date anybody I want to date. Black, white, Chinese, anything. I sure would.
I always say, Miss April, at the end of the day, it's about how somebody treats you
Yep.
and how you guys vibe together and the direction that you're trying to go together. That's what it's about.
Hmm.
People put too much weight on race and color. And most of the time the people who are dividing the community is your own.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know what?
I have a friend. She's married to a blind guy. They've been together. How long Jan been with? 40 years? Sure have been. Yep. And they've been
You know,
together all of them years. Two kids went to college and everything. Yes. They live in Dallas, Texas. I'll be in Dallas at the end of this month. I'll take some pictures. She's here from my hometown. She lives in Dallas. Dallas is like my second town. Yep. He went to college. He got his master's and everything. And he's blind. So, yes. And they've been together since, I mean, like they married young. She had her kids by him and everything. So yeah, yes, yeah. And Jan is so sweet. I mean, my friend, like she is so sweet, and he treats her like she's gold, but he's blind. So can't nobody tell me nothing about no love. Yeah. So I'm gonna mute my mic.
I just
Yeah.
think what I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. You go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, I don't know if y'all can see what Cat Daddy said in my chat. People have preferences for whatever reason, good or bad or indifferent. We aren't everyone's preference and everyone isn't ours, and that's fact. And I just think that, we all want to be accepted, but you can't force someone to accept you or your beliefs or anything. You just have to be comfortable with yourself to understand that everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. Just find the people that's like-minded and like-hearted and gel with them. But you can't force someone to accept your ideologies or your preferences or your standards. And I think in this society, if you don't like something, we got this cancel culture coming on because you don't like it or agree with it. People want to, you know, deem you as a bad person, and that's not factual. Because honestly, like I have like for me, one of my other purposes was I need someone to stimulate my mind. I have to have an intellectual. I like having intellectual conversation, and if I can't have that conversation with my spouse, it's not gonna work for me. So I mean, it is what it is, though. And that's not me.
Yeah, and I always say at the end of the day, nobody is going to pay another person's bills. Everybody is an adult. They have adult choices to make, but people always want to dip their mouth into everybody else's business. And most of the time, if you find the most judgmental people out there, they do not have their life together. They don't have nothing together. They're not even getting along with the people in their own immediate family, but yet they want to dip into other people's lives. And I think people need to work on fixing their own self and their own families instead of worrying and being concerned about what somebody else is doing with their own life. People just need to mind their own business.
Ooh, girl, you preaching. But they can't do that. They really can't. You know, any of my friends, I've never told my friends they married. I've never told them to leave their husband, um, or anything. I believe everything could be worked out. I came from a two-parent home. But I never encourage anybody to break up or get divorced and all that kind of stuff. So, I've mind my own business. Because I tell them in a minute, you can't come over here and live. Mm-mm. You better stay with your husband unless he beating you or something. But if you can work it out, try to work it out. But I'm not going to be the type of lady that's going to be like, leave him, do this. I wouldn't know. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Because most of the time, there's your friend's side, they side, and then some other thing. And your friend ain't going to tell you the honest to goodness truth neither. Am I right, Marlene?
You know what I always said? My mom always said, keep other people out of your own business, especially out of your marriage. Keep people out your business because people can't get involved and know stuff that's happening in your relationship if you don't tell them. So,
Post
like
time.
like my mom used to always say about my daddy. Like when we'd have some opinion, my mom would say, "Stay out of married people's business. Say you're our daughter. You're not our mother." So I learned about staying in my own place a long time ago. What somebody else wants to do, even if it's not what you like, that's not your relationship. That's theirs, and you got to let people live their own lives.
And that's fact. And I always tell people, like, when people call me for advice, I tell them, like, uh, I can't tell you what to do because I don't have to live with the decisions, you know. Um, and that's why I don't really get in people business like that. If anything, I can tell you a story, something similar that I went through, but if it's unless people like is in danger or something detrimental can happen, I don't really give too much advice because I don't have to live with the decisions that they make. I try to help people understand and guide them in the direction that they're going, but ultimately, I don't like telling people things because I don't have to live with the results they do. And people need to stop putting, like you said, you can stop. People need to stop airing all they business out because everybody that you tell it to ain't got your best interests involved.
And what I find is that a lot of people they don't tell the truth in their relationship.
Exactly.
They'll
That's what I
tell
was
they'll
just gonna
tell
say.
things one sided. Like if it's a wife, she'll say something, and she'll say something about what her husband is doing, but she also is not telling the full story. But what is she doing? And vice
Exactly.
versa. If it's a guy, he'll tell what the wife is doing, but won't say what he's doing. So it's just best to stay out of it. It gets too sticky and hairy, and it starts drama, and it can break apart good friendships because you're trying to give advice. You're not living it. You don't know the full story. Somebody's probably lying. So it's just best to stay out of it.
Well, and then especially, and don't put the alcohol in it. Woo, Lord have mercy. Mm-mm. No, no. But um, I feel like this lady, this uh, blue collar workers. I love blue collar workers. What do you think, Marlene, about getting getting with the guy and then you're making more money? Have you been in that type of relationship?
Miss April, that's was one of my biggest issues, is because that's what happened in my previous relationship, and that's why we can't be together, because it was always the fact that from the beginning they knew I made more money, and they were, oh, of course, it's no problem. But then when it gets down to it, there comes a certain period of time where, okay, they don't have it, and I understand that they don't have it, but they always expect for you to pick up the slack, and I'm not willing to do that. So that's why it's
No.
a no for me now.
And I agree. Just because you make all the money don't mean you supposed to pay every time. No. Mm-mm. Well, yeah. So, oh well. So,
It's the
so
dynamics. I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
okay. So, say for instance, if you go into a relationship and then you get married to this person, right? So, say you're making six figures and then they're making only five figures. So, do you put some stipulations? Like, do I pay all the bills? I mean, how does that work? How do you think that would work? Shouldn't that be something you talk about? It shouldn't be automatic.
Well, I feel like in every relationship, any good, healthy relationship, that's something that needs to be communicated from the beginning. Like, okay, it's getting serious, we're together and all. So, moving forward, how is this going to work? And then you have to come to some sort of consensus, like, okay, I agree to do this, and you agree to do that, and whatever, however it works. But you have to work it out from the beginning. It can't just be let the chips fall where they may. That's always going to be problems.
I would say this too. When I first got married, me and my wife was both working, and when her mom gets sick, I told her to quit her job so she can,
Did something happen?
Yeah, the word went out.
Oh, okay. Because I'm sitting right here. I'm
oh, my
doing
bad.
it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, my phone, I don't know, it keep going on to that black mode. But yeah, when I lost my eyesight, then my wife had to carry the load for a couple months. Like we had some money saved up, but I was down for like 6 months, almost a year. And she had to carry the load. But what worked for us is communication. You know, um, if you don't have good communication and you can't talk about things like finances or emotions and feelings, it's always gonna be problematic. And then it's what we with each other for love. We not with one another because one person makes more money or the other person has this. We together for love. So when stuff like that comes up, it's we just talk about it. And I'm not gonna say it's not a big deal, but it's not major to us because we know why we together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you have people together for financial reasons. So if something financially happens, then that relationship might not last.
Yeah, I think ultimately the downfall of my relationship, it was a maturity issue. You know, I was like, it started turning into like you want a mother, not a wife, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna be your mommy or your housekeeper.
Exactly. Yeah, some of these fellas, they be expecting a lot, don't they? Yeah.
Well,
And I
I,
know, and we
that's
expect a
something.
lot too. Women want to be loved. We want to be taken care of. We want somebody that we know that's gonna be there for us. Basically.
I don't know, Miss April. I think it's different depending on the woman, because I feel like I'm a low, what is it called? They call it a person who wants a lot, and then there's people who don't want a lot. For me, my own thing, only thing always has been is quality time. I can't deal with somebody who can't make time for me. That's like a deal breaker for me. It was like, okay, you can't spend time with me and you don't have money. I'm out.
Oh, okay. So you want the time. So you want your date nights. Okay. I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah.
Hmm.
Date nights is the key to keeping the relationship going. If it's always like, okay, I understand money is important to live, but at the end of the day it's about making memories together, and if you can't prioritize that, mm-mm, gotta go.
Yeah. Okay.
And see, honestly, I had to learn that balance too because when I got in real estate, you get that's commission pay. So I just had my head down, grinding, working. Leave the house at 8, come back home at 12, and it was cool. While we wasn't married. But when we got married and now we living together, that became a problem for my wife because she wanted time. She was like, I didn't marry you for you to work. I married you because I wanted, like Marlene said, I wanted to spend my life with you. So, I had to find a balance because that could have been problematic. I'm focusing on, okay, we need this money. You want to do this, you want to do that. I'm just trying to make money to fulfill, her needs and desires, but I wasn't clear on what she actually needed or desired until she told me. And she said, look, I want to go on trips, but I want you here more. So, I mean,
Mhm.
it's communication is the key. And like me and my wife, we sit and talk twice a week sometimes about just life, because things change. She can wake up the next morning and, feel different about something. So having that open line of communication is key. Where Marlene, we I had Marlene on the show the other night, and when I listened to it again, she made and I made a short out of it. But that open line of communication, being able,
It went out again.
I know. They be talking about my phone. Lovey, how you doing? Yeah, I
My
listened
bad.
to your show. Yeah, y'all had a great show the other day. That was awesome. Hmm. Yeah,
As Ford appreciate you, sir. We
yeah.
build it. Sure. But yeah, but like what Marlene was saying is like when you in a relationship, you should be able to express yourself, your ideas and thoughts without somebody feeling like you taking a shot at them or they taking a shot at you. And when she said that, it's just like that's what works with me and my wife. But it took time to even get to that level because of the things she been through in a relationship, and I had to find a way to communicate to her without her feeling like, I'm downing her or taking a shot at her, but that's my job too, you know. If you care about someone, you'll find a way to effectively communicate. Um, and that's what I did, you know. And now, I can talk to my wife without her feeling like I'm trying to down her or something because, that's what her experience with men were. Men used to down her all the time.
I done been with men. I done, I done been with them. They couldn't understand how I was close with my family. I done been with the ones I thought had had another woman, but had the glass DICK. I done been with men that come to find out they was ministers in the churches. I done had everything. I done been through some hell and back with some men. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
them they got some game out here.
yeah,
So,
yeah, and
mhm.
that's why it's so important for you to take time to get to know somebody. Like I was saying the other day on somebody's live, I don't remember, but people jump too fast in a relationship. They go from 0 to 100. They go from hello to the bed before they you find out what somebody has up in their brain. Like who are you really with? And I understand
Mhm.
this, those things happen because of emotions can go high, but you got to get to know who somebody is. And that's what most people don't do. And that's why all these babies is out here now. And then you regret now who your baby daddy or who your baby mama is because you didn't slow down enough to think, who is this a person that I want to continue with for the rest of my life? Because when you have a seed with somebody, that's your whole life wrapped up with that person.
Yeah. And let me tell you, and you so right, because when I met my son's father, he was older. He had the car. He had the good job. I, 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 you know, I fell in love with all of the wrong things. I didn't know nothing about him. But thank God I was able to leave him after 6 months. Yeah. My son was 6 months old. Yeah. Yeah. So thank God. Because see, with me having a with parents, it's like I know what a man's supposed to do. And I ain't gonna be waking up looking out the window and you kissing another woman either. Mm-mm. So no.
Well, one thing that I'll never forget, my dad said when I was a little girl, and he said it all throughout the years, that whoever you're with should make you feel like you're the most important person in the entire world. And if you're not getting that feeling and vibe, you need to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. All
But,
facts.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Miss
Yep.
April, if they ain't making you feel like you're the most important person in the world, you know what that is?
They're insecure.
And it's too funky in here.
Yes, yes. Get up for the downstroke. I said I was gonna find some old school songs I love music. You know, when we was coming up, Marlene, we grew up on music. Like we had Soul Train. Even if your parents, if they listened to jazz or they was in the church choir, you know, you went to somebody's house, they had music playing, somebody would play the piano. See, they don't do all that kind of stuff now. Well, people don't even visit people no more, so it's it's different, and I'm dealing with it. Yeah, yeah, love ballad. Yep. So where is Kalani at? He be playing them Soul Train, them old videos. Where is he at? So I got another busy weekend. I'm getting ready to end this live. I got another busy weekend. I'm going. They've got wives of who husbands have been murdered by the police and different things here in Joliet. So they've started a foundation. So I'm gonna go to their little event that they have on Saturday. So I try to get out. Let me see with somebody. Pork Chop said, I never had a good woman. I have been married twice. The first one lasted 16 years. She left for her boyfriend on our 16th wedding anniversary. Ooh, dang.
I'm
Dang.
sorry to hear that. Yeah, I had a bad
I'm
first
sorry to
marriage.
hear that. I know a friend right now. He took care of a woman all her life. Matter of fact, the woman done left and came. She stay in my hometown. She lives here in my hometown. But he has found him. He's got him a girlfriend, and she bought him stuff for his birthday and did things. And he didn't know how to. He was like shocked, thankful, because he had never had nobody to do nothing for him. Well, well, poor chap. I hope you find a good woman. There are there are some beautiful people, but as Marlene said, we have to take time to get to know our partners. Happy feelings in the air. People singing everywhere. Frankie Beverly and Mace.
And you know
I've
that,
got myself to remind me of love. Yeah,
and then to add on to that too, Miss April, people got to take time to learn who they are. You know, a lot of people get with people and don't even know who they are. And
right.
then when you get with a person, you realize that, you somebody different. You know, that
Oh
happened to me. You know, I was with people and
man,
I'm looking like, this ain't this ain't the right person because, I end up learning who I was. I came into myself. And then once I matured, I expected the other people to mature, but you can't expect people to just be on your level, to elevate up to your level. You know, you have to accept people for who they are.
and you know that's what I didn't realize. And Lord have mercy, it took me to get to be 60, y'all, to realize that you want somebody. Well, at least y'all think the same. Y'all like some of the same things, and you have some of the same goals. And it might not be a person of your race.
Like, I'll be honest with you, I never thought I'd date outside my race until I dated my wife. And, we was friends for like 3 months before we even started dating. And I think that helped with, the way our relationship is now. That we was friends for, So I'm an advocate of know, like Marlene said, know the person. I'm a
Yeah.
big advocate. You know,
Marlene, are you seeing anybody now?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy right now.
I'm glad. I am glad.
Thank you.
I am glad. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cause you gonna do cause it'll be nice, to even have a man that can relate. Now, do they have their parents?
He has his mother.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
His father is gone, but I don't have it either. So I always tell him, make sure, like, I hate to always bring that up, but when you lose your parents and you see other
Right.
people have theirs, like sometimes I get so jealous. I'd be like, you know what I wouldn't
Oh, I
do?
know that,
I don't care what
and that's
it
why
is,
I asked.
what they ask me.
Yeah.
I would get up in the middle of the night and do it. Like, don't treat your
Yeah.
parent that way. I don't care.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
and do it
And that's
whenever they
why I
ask,
asked.
because you're not gonna have them
Hmm.
forever.
Yeah. That's why I asked. And see, I try to tell my friends, y'all don't know what it's like. So see, for me to get with somebody right now, if they ain't good to their parents, I'm not even gonna be with them. I'm not gonna be with them. But I need somebody to understand too. Like, hey, my mother's gone. I might be sad this day. I really don't know how I'm gonna be on Monday. If I don't feel like getting out of bed because it's Mother's Day, I don't want to hear your mouth. My mother is gone.
Mhm. Yep.
So
You,
don't tell me what I need to do. Now that might
you
be
know what?
selfish. It might be selfish or whatever, but you don't know how I'm going. I don't even know how I'm gonna feel Sunday. I'll be glad when Sunday comes, Marlene, and the word. I'll be just so relieved because
Mhm.
starting from April 28th is the day my mother died. May 1st is her
Mhm.
birthday, and then Mother's Day. And I'm just not myself during that time. And
Um,
come
Miss
Sunday,
April,
huh?
I can understand because my mom's birthday is April
Hmm.
2nd, and uh she died on May the 2nd, and my brother died May 2nd. So all from April 2nd all the way the whole month of May, I feel some type of way.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so at this point in my life, what I have to have, I've got to have a person that's going to understand that. And if you don't, I'm sorry. Then I'm not, I'm at the point now, I'm not getting ready to compromise with nobody. I'm just not. I'm not compromising. Uh, so I'll probably be single for the rest of my life. I'm not getting ready to do the compromising. I didn't even went with that. I ain't trying to get with nobody. Like you can't give me the attention I needed because you didn't raise your kids. Now you trying to establish a relationship with them. Girl, it's too much. It's too much now. The
You,
older you
you
get, and then all of that blended family stuff, they allow that stuff ain't like people thinking it is. People be putting on good fronts. Good
you
fronts.
know you know what I will say, Miss April? I just sit back and observe, because that's what I did for my current relationship. Sit back and observe for a little while and see if you can handle that. The reason why I started to like who I'm with is the way that he treats his sisters. You know, how he treats his sisters. I was like, I like that. He's always checking on them and he treats them well. He always call on every single day, what did you eat today? And all of that and how's work every single day. So I was like, that impressed me because if you can check on your sisters, I think that was like a good thing for me because not all brothers check in on their sisters, and make sure they're
Right.
eating, if they're good, if they have things that they need. For me, I found that to be impressive way before everything that he's saying and doing.
But let me tell you something too, Marlene. At the same time, you know, some of these people, uh, severed the relationship. I mean, it was a lot of things that separated me and my brother from having our great relationship. Me and my brother used to be tight, thick as thieves. And, you know, and thank God we done finally got back on track. But, some people, they come in to seek and destroy families or want everything to revolve around them too. So, you know, everybody be having all type of agendas. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Life is a trip. That's all I can say. Life is a trip. Well,
Okay,
Okay,
Miss
bro.
April, I'm gonna drop down.
I'm going to drop down too. I want to thank y'all. I want to thank everybody for the panel today. I'm getting ready. Who's coming back down tonight? Who's coming on tonight? The night, Nate or the Word? Who coming on tonight?
I think Nate coming on, but I'm probably gonna
Nate
come on
coming
later
on?
too.
Okay, I got to
Yeah,
think of a song. Nate, I'll be in there singing tonight. Yeah, I've been in bed all day. This weather, I tell you, it's the rain, then the pollen. Have y'all allergies been bothering y'all? Where
yes,
y'all
indeed.
live at? Huh?
Yeah, but
Have,
my allergies act up when they go from
oh
hot to
yeah,
cold.
yeah. My allergies, man, they've been like yesterday. My eyes was all red and my face was puffy. I'm like, wow. Okay, pork chop, you'll find you somebody. Okay, all right, y'all. Thanks everybody for joining me. Yeah, life with
Appreciate
Marlene.
everybody.
She said her allergies driving me. Good night, everybody. My allergies been killing me. Cause I was trying to come on every day, but I'm gonna do the best I can. Okay, Nate, get ready. Get ready, cause I'm coming tonight. All right, peace, love, hair grease. I love y'all with everything I have in me. I want to thank the Word, Marlene. I want to thank Together We Break the Chains for joining these panels. People don't know how much having these healthy conversations helped me with my life. It was something when I was in therapy that my counselor told me that I should do. Like, become a voice and talk. And so, it's something I wanted to do anyway. But thanks, everybody. Okay. Peace, everybody.